Hello everybody and welcome back to another video by Redonkulous Gaming. This is Veetster and today we are going to be reviewing a case with stand for the Nintendo Switch that was sent to us by Ortz Gaming. Today we're actually going to do an unboxing as well as kind of the initial impressions for the case. So as you can see from it and looking at the cover right away, you can see the Ortz Gaming. It's kind of a nice white and blue, very good coloring. The box is very straightforward. There talks about, the game for itself has full protection. It's very lightweight. It's durable. There's fashion design for it, accurate cutouts, cart as well as storage spots for your cartridges as well as stand. And as you can see, there's not much around the edges, but as we get to the back of it, what we wanted to show you was that also they stated that it was scratch resistant. And it's actually a see-through with the frost transparent back panel, shock absorbing, and it can actually again hold up 5 card slots along with it. So as we take it out of the box, you can see it's wrapped. It's been put into a little plastic sleeve just to ensure no scratches. And we pull it out. We can see it's kind of look at it. Looks like there's some tactile feels and grips to it, and you can see just through it the 5 card slots. And from the top, the power button along with the volume buttons, as well as room for the ventilation and where to insert your card slot. So you have accessibility to all your ports and needed. And on the bottom, also the connector for the USB-C. A couple extra vent spots on the side. And as you can look in the back, you see there's the stand, and there's also the kind of tactile grips for it. And if we pop open the stand, we can see where the the game cart slots can go in. I did try to see if maybe the SD cards would work, but they unfortunately don't fit in there because it's too big. So as you can see, we can pop it in. It's very easy. It's really straightforward. Makes it really just pops it right in, and it looks like it gives overall protection. And we can see popping it out, it's not too difficult to get it out of the case sleeve when you need to get it back out. So we're going to just throw it back in here. And, as you can see, it's the power button. We're going to throw on the power. You can see it has full access to the power. All the buttons have easy grip. What I like about it, too, is you get access to the LR, ZL, ZR buttons. So it's really nice. And if you can also look in the back, there's kind of really fits in the hand really nicely. It just feels really comfortable in the hands, which is I kind of like about the gripping of it, especially on the go. It's got a little bit more oomph to it than what the Switch does. The powers, as you can see, that's pretty standard. All buttons, as you add that extra level, you do need to push a little bit harder to get the buttons to go, but I think that's pretty common for most cases when you're putting a button on top of a button. So, as we look at it, the biggest things that I find is you can see you can access the game cart, and that works just fine. But the biggest thing I find is that, again, it detracts from the behavior of the Nintendo Switch because you can't pull out the Joy-Cons with this controller in. There's no accessibility to the Joy-Cons, and it kind of detracts from that behavior of what the Nintendo Switch is supposed to be. A portable game console that if you do take it on go and you do want to bring it with your friends, you can, and you can then pop out the Joy-Cons and play 2-player. So with the way that the cover is built out, you don't have that capability. You're kind of locked in that single-player mode. In order to get the Joy-Cons out, you almost have to pop the system out to get the Joy-Cons. And this kind of detracts from it because there are a lot of other cases that have done a really good job of, again, separating the Joy-Con case from the actual Switch case. So you can actually pull the Switch out. So you can pull the Joy-Cons and separate them from the Switch. And as you can see here, it's almost a full disconnect. Oops, and there goes the kickstand. Now the kickstand, what I found out, it looks like it's just a very simple, very thin piece of wire that holds it in place, or piece of metal holds it in place. And the thing that is a challenge with this is there's not stop points for the joy, for kind of the kickstand, and to me that is a small problem because it leads it to either being completely open or completely closed, and it sits more in a horizontal aspect versus on a vertical, which is kind of where you're used to playing. Especially if you have a couple people playing it at the same time, you can see, as in with the horizontal aspect, that you can start seeing reflections and glare can come into play. That's definitely true too on the horizontal aspect, but it's easier to sit back and play a little bit on the horizontal when it's sitting horizontally versus when it's sitting vertically and everybody has their head around it. And the thing that I find challenging with this case too and the kickstand is it slides very easily. So there's not much to it. It's just a piece of plastic. So there's not like rubber on it to hold it in place. And it does close. You do have to push it a little bit to get it to clip in. So as you can see, it's got a nice little Ortz Gaming on the back logo. And playing with it, it's not too bad. Like I said, it's comfortable for that travel. And as you can see here, the kickstand does sit kind of on a thing, but it's based on pressure. So if you push it in the wrong way, that kickstand kicks out immediately and drops down. So it's not quite as secure as I would like it to be. And when it kicks out, again, the whole device goes into a horizontal mode and sits kind of more horizontally than vertically. And as you can see, it bouncing back and forth, you kind of have to push it in the right place. So, and pushing around, you can see pushing around from it. But if I kind of have to grab it and adjust it, you can see immediately that kickstand falls out. So that's the concern I have with the whole device overall. So I hope you guys enjoy the review to this case, and if you do, make sure to take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And also make sure to check our website at redonkulousgaming.com for more indie gaming news. And also follow us on Twitter at RedonkGaming.